Alright, Sunday night.
Alright.
It's go time.
Keaton, grab the controller.
Alright, oh yeah, I forgot. So Griffin's playing this one. Because I'm gonna go grab some.
I'm eating a burrito.
You gotta do both.
Alright.
You can manage it. Griffin, be holding it down for a second while I go kidnap your dog. By that I mean this. Alright. So Griffin is multitasking right now, but eating a burrito and also playing ZombU.
Oh.
Ow. Alright, I'll move this over here a little bit. Oh, that's loud. That's a little. Some might even say too loud.
Ooh, chill.
Spooky. So we played this a while ago.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was the same day that we recorded Strikers. And all
Mario
that
Party 5.
WarioWare stuff that like never get, because like the audio just didn't work for any of the WarioWare, which was weird because we recorded like 8 parts and some I never noticed. I think it just got corrupted after the fact. But anyway, we recorded some of this, and I think I deleted it at some point. So anyway, now here we are today.
Playing it again.
Mm-hmm.
What I was going to tell you, though, before the video started, was... have I ever told you about my, like, grandpa and his rental houses?
No, I don't think so.
So... What? Well, basically, my grandpa, he has a bunch of rental houses, which is... It's cool. And, it's like, so he makes some money from that. But this family of, like, 20 people showed up, and for, like, a house that might have been the size of, like, my bathroom, which is small. And he was just like...
The bathroom's actually a 4-story apartment.
Like, he even advised for them not to buy it. He was like, yeah, I wouldn't rent this house. Like, there's not enough room. And they were like, no, that's plenty of room. Like, we insist.
Were they clowns?
Yeah, they were all clowns. They were all John Wayne Gacy.
Oh, nice.
And, but the funny part for that day was, we, like, walked into a house. But before we walked in the house, my grandpa goes... Yeah, some people have been smoking crack at this rental house, and they just like went off and left in the night. And I was like, "Oh, okay, that's
dying
cool."
in the streets.
And he goes, "Yeah, they were like smoking it in tinfoil." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And we like walked in the house, and there was just big balls of tinfoil everywhere,
there was just crack all over the floor.
And I was just like, "Oh, okay." And he's like, "Yeah, that's where they've been
menagerie.
smoking crack." I'm like, "All right."
I got glass menagerie would work for that dinner.
What did you say?
And glass menagerie, to joke. Have you ever actually seen like an actual for real crack pipe? Do you think?
No.
Do you think it looks like you know, another drug smoking thing? That's just like a bowl with a little pipe on the end of it. Really, it's just like, you know, the part of a pen that holds ink.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
pretty much just that. Like, it's just a tube. That it's just a tube. Like, you just put crack in one end and then light it up.
How do you know this, Keaton? Is there something you want to tell me?
I actually lived in that in your grandfather's rental house.
Oh my God, Keaton.
I am 20 people, and also I smoke crack.
Another thing I want to discuss with you is stupid things we've done, and this is the stupidest things we've ever done.
Wow, that's interesting. I don't think that's topical at all, though.
No. The reason why I actually wanted to say this was because I just remembered, like, probably the stupidest thing I've ever done. It wasn't, like, necessarily harmful to me. It was just, it wasn't smart to do. But, like...
Hold on, where are you going, by the way?
I don't know where I'm supposed to go.
It showed you were just supposed to walk to that green thing and then look at the gamepad and then press something.
No, I've tried that before. It just doesn't do that. Wait, I hear it opening.
I know what you're saying, stupid stuff.
Oh, yeah. But basically, one of the stupidest things I've done is I just would take sleeping pills in the middle of class.
Seriously?
Yeah, like, dead serious. Like, I would just, like, be in class. Like, one day I just had a sleeping pill, and I just took it in class, and I was like, shit. And then I did it for, like... Is that something has he done that?
He, like, gets drunk at school all the time. I mean, he looks like a fucking 40-year-old wine hoe. I mean, crack hoe.
I love Jared. He's the GOAT.
God, I hate that guy.
But I just... And it's funny because, like...
Young man.
I would look at Spencer and I just go, I took some sleeping pills, and he was like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, you're so fucking stupid. Which I was. He was not incorrect about that. But the thing was, like, once you took a sleeping pill in class, like, you were unaffected by anything. You were just really, really calm.
Griffin, your family's dead.
And then I died, yeah. My family's dead, and I didn't even care because I took sleeping pills.
So on Monday...
But I did that for, like, a straight month.
So we have an 8 busy schedule, which means I get to show up to school I normally like leave my house at 6:30, but every other day I get to leave at like 7:30. But anyway, I was running a little late because I was supposed to be there. You know, leaving at 7:30, whatever. So I was just listening to music in my car. I was like, I'm about to be late, so I just, turned off the radio, got out of my car, locked the doors, went to school. And then like halfway through second period, I was like, are my keys in my pocket? No, they're not. Shit, I locked my keys in my car. Like, I just had that, I was like, I specifically remember locking all 4 of my doors. So, I guess I'm locked out of my car. So I just started texting people. I was like, hey, Mom, can you bring the extra key to school? She was like, I'm in South Carolina, so no. And then I was like, hey, Griffin, I might need to ride home today. And he was like, go fuck yourself. So I just waited around and ended up going to the parking lot with Griffin. And we walk up to my car, and it's just still running. Like, it's just in park, and the engine's still on. And we're like, well, shit. So, like, I checked again, all the doors were still locked. And we ended up just, like, Griffin got gas and drove me home. I gave him, like, 4 packets of ramen. And then...
A lemon, too.
And a lemon. And it took, like, 4 hours before I got back in my car.
Now, the best part about all that was I just said, yeah, just check your car before we go. I go ahead and drive you back. And you're like, okay. And we just looked at it for a second. We're like, and I just said, is your car running?
Excuse me, young man.
This is the first zombie I've encountered. Come on, pretty boy.
Michael, Sarah, how could you? That might be a girl.
Who are you to judge
Tough
what
stuff.
she or he is? What they
You
are.
you're such a bitch. Oh,
hold.
I really don't like this.
ZR. I'm literally pressing ZR.
It's ZR? That's probably what your problem was.
Oh, this is that. I thought it was the bumper. I'm just actually fucking stupid. Wow. My new personal best.
Dude, perfect.
All right, Keaton.
Am I playing now?
You just eat that entire thing of cotton candy.
I feel like that's a loaded question. Sweet credits. We
All right.
beat it.
So, what's something else stupid you've done before?
In like 7th grade, I met this dude named like Griffin, and we like hung out.
I knew that's exactly what you were gonna do too.
Got him. All right. I got scared. Well, the entirety of the DC trip was pretty god-awful.
Oh.
So, I mean, that was pretty bad, but I don't know if that was a decision that I made. Alright, skip this. I've done a lot of dumb stuff in my life. Yeah. As far as, like, specific examples go, it might take me a second to come up with one.
Uh-huh.
What do you think?
I can tell you.
Alright, go for it.
I regret the DC trip because I should have ruined with you.
Yeah, okay, so I don't know that I've told this entire story, but might as well just air this out right now. So basically, in 8th grade...
Give them fake names, too.
Alright. So in 8th grade, my name is Jeffrey Dahmer. And in 8th grade, we had this thing where we... the whole, like, class, like the... take shortcut.
Is it that right there? Oh, no.
Thanks a lot, asshole. Anyway. So, shit. So, they were like, alright, you gotta pick partners, and that's gonna be your partner for the whole trip.
And let me just tell you, Bill Cosby came up to me, and he says, hey, Griffin, you want to room with me? And I was like, yeah, I guess. And then Keaton... I remember Keaton was... You're pretty much my main friend in 8th grade. Like, the only friend, like, I actually like hanging out with.
He was literally my only friend. So I go up to Griffin, like,
And
the
I said,
second
"I got
period,
someone
and I said, hey, Griffin, can you be we're friends. You want to be my partner for this DC field trip? He goes, oh, sorry, I already told someone else that I would do it. I was like, oh, who'd you tell? He was like, oh, this kid, Bill Cosby, who's horrible and, like, has a brain tumor. And, like, that, like, no one really likes because he's just actually terrifying. Anyway... So I go, oh, so you already, like, signed up and, like, you're all set, you're partner with him? He was like, no, I just told him, but, I don't want to go back on it. I was like, Griffin, he's probably going to die in a week anyway. Like, just write my name on the sheet. He doesn't have to know. But Griffin had to be a little honorable piece of shit and like kept his promise. I don't even know if it was a promise. He was just like, okay, yeah, I guess I'll do that. So fucking.
What would have been funny is if he would have roomed with somebody else.
Yeah. So.
And done it to me.
Yeah, gotcha. So I was like, fuck it. So I just wrote Griffin's name on the sign-up sheet anyway. So I was like, maybe they'll just be dumb, and like they'll just give him me anyway. It did not happen. We actually happened to. We're gonna use code names here, but I ended up being partnered with another person that had no friends, whose name was Stefan, and basically he was the worst human being that I've ever met in my life. He only wore a single red flannel shirt for the entirety of the trip. He smelled like Satan's dick hole the entire time. And I would be on like my DS just on the bus doing whatever. And he would just be like looking over my shoulder the whole time, just like, what you doing? What you doing, bro? Like, and then I wouldn't even have anything in my fucking hands, and he would still be looking over my shoulder like directly at my dick. And I was like, Stefan, no homo, bro. So yeah, that was awful. And then oh yeah, also I don't know, let me think. So there's a friend that I had that happened to be a female, and her name was
Gina.
Her name was Snake, and she had a best friend whose name was Cunt, and Cunt and Snake happened to be very good friends, for some reason. And about 2 minutes into the bus trip, because me and Stefan and those two were about a seat behind me, and Cunt threw up literally everywhere. All over the place, and it stank up the entire bus, and all over Snake too, for that matter. Didn't apologize for that, but anyway, so that we were off to a great start. And basically, the entirety of the DC trip was me trying to talk to / hang out with Snake because I wanted to stay away from Stefan as much as humanly possible. And it would always just Cunt was being a cunt again, like huge surprise, like she always did. But either Snake would not be with her and then be sad because she wasn't with her, or she would be with her and then she would be sad because Cunt was a cunt and would like stab Snake with pencils and like do all this other stuff and just be really fucking
Did she really stab her with pencils?
Like all the time. Yeah, Snake can tell you. We might have Snake on we might have her on an episode sometime. But anyway, so yeah, so if they weren't together, Snake was just like fucking being a sad boy the whole time, just like, oh, I wish Cunt was here. It's like, why though? So yeah, I ended up rooming with Griffin. You have better rooming stories.
Oh yeah.
But I ended up rooming with Will Bowman again. Okay, I'm sorry. Code name. So
was that a code name?
Yeah, Will Bowman and Jew Boy is what we'll call the other guy. So me and Jew Boy kind of hung out a lot. I ended up getting him and Will Bowman. Will Bowman, obviously not a real name. But okay, this is interesting. I almost got them hit by a car one time, and like other than being on the bus, I have almost no memories of hanging out with Stefan because we just ditched him as soon as possible. Be like, all right, guys, go to this museum, and we just like run outside, and he'd be like, guys, where are you going? Why am I here and how? Okay, can I dug into this? Cool. So yeah, this all kind of came to a head at one point because actually, you know, Griffin, you tell your part of the story with with who you were rooming with.
I'll get to that here in a second. There was one thing I just remembered. I don't want to forget it. Do you remember Earthshine? It was actually no. You probably didn't take it because you went to a different school. We went to this place called Earthshine, and one section of people were the pioneers, and one section were the Native Americans, basically. And I was like, okay, this is fucking bullshit. And it was just goddamn terrible. And there was this motherfucker named Tadpole, and I hated him. I absolutely hated him. But we were dissecting fish, and this kid named, like, I want to say his name was Cole, and I swear I saw that kid that day and never saw him again for the rest of my life. So I'm assuming Tadpole got him. You hold down L and R. Well, L, then you hit swing R. Lift her. And then, yep.
Shit, no.
And, he just, like, this kid had, like, the most, like, sensitive, like, stomach, basically. And we were dissecting fish, so he just, like, started freaking out. And he was, like, gagging. He was, like, and he kept doing that. and I was standing right next to him, and I was like, this is going to be a disaster. So I just started to move over to the left, and like this woman like pushed me back over there. I was like, bitch, this kid is about to throw up, and you are playing me. And I also remember just bathing.
Is this anything to do with the DC trip? Or?
I will get into the DC trip after. I just remember this because of shitty experiences. And basically, I remember we were washing our hands in like this tub of water. And it was just covered in blood and like fish organs. And that's what we were dipping our hands in.
Fuckers.
But, yeah, so my experience was I roomed with,
Bill Cosby.
And Bill Cosby. Who was the other guy? Mahatma Gandhi.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Gandhi, and Bill Cosby.
Fuckers. Nope.
I will say Gandhi was fine. Like he was like absolutely fine, and I enjoyed him the most. Bill Cosby made me want to blow my fucking skull out.
This is my only solace, by the way. For the entirety of the trip, I knew Griffin was having an equally terrible time.
Yeah, I was fucking awful.
He was bunking with Bill Cosby.
I just remember one night, it was cold as shit in that room, and I started to like get under the sheets, and Bill Cosby stops me and he goes, whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm like, I'm getting under the sheets. I'm fucking cold. And he goes, no, like, I think he said like that's gay or something like that. I'm like, god damn it. I'm like, fuck you.
Were you on the same bed?
Like, yeah, I was in the same bed as him too.
Okay, so here's the thing about that. Is that Stefan demanded that he take up one bed, so I slept on the floor for the entirety of the trip.
He wouldn't let you sleep in the bed at all?
Not with him, no.
I'd blow him.
Yeah. It's like, part of it was like, no, I don't want to, and part of it was like, I'm not gonna be able to sleep if I like have to smell you at all. And like the idea of coming into physical contact with him was like enough to make me punch myself to death.
Nice.
But yeah, like every day, like every night, it would be, because we got up at like 8 or whatever, and it'd be like 10 o'clock, and we'd be watching like King of the Hill with the lights off, and Stefan would just be like, guys, turn that off, I'm trying to sleep. And he had like one of those like eye sleepy ball, like the sleepy eye mask thing.
No, he fucking
did. He absolutely did.
Yeah, are you being serious?
I'm 100% serious.
And it said like fucking Devon or some goddamn
said, like,
bullshit.
I suck cock. But anyway, yeah, probably said beauty sleep or something. Yeah, if he needed beauty, he would need like about 2 million years of beauty sleep to get anywhere.
He would need to get bear tranquilizer and have someone saw off his face.
Rip Van Winkle doesn't have enough beauty sleep for that guy. But anyway, so like every day too, we'd be like, hey, Stefan, go take a fucking shower because you smell like shit. And he's like, I smell fine, guys. And it would just like put Axe body spray on himself and then strut out the door. We're like, okay, great. But anyway, so it was terrible because Snake and Cunt were just annoying. Well, I don't know, Snake was fine. It was annoying that she found it necessary to be sad whenever Cunt wasn't around. And then, like, on the last day, we went to Mount Vernon.
Oh, yeah. Fuck Mount Vernon. That was the most boring shit.
So I was just, like, bored as fuck walking around because they make you, like, wait and they were like, stay with your partner. And I was like, yeah, fuck that. So I remember
stay with your special buddy.
I was taking a picture because there was a sign that said gay. So I was taking a picture of that. And I just hear some, like, alarms go off. I just hear, like, brew. And I was like, huh, weird. I don't give a shit. So I just kept, like, fucking around and, like, not doing anything. Then I see Stefan fucking sprint past me. And I was like, huh.
Oh, what's this coming at me? Oh, it's Stefan.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, oh, God, the boogeyman. Death, Krampus is here to take my fucking living soul. But anyway, so I was like, oh, well, he's my partner, so I kind of have to, like, stick with him. So I just follow him out. He, like, goes out of the back doors and, like, runs over and gets in one of the buses. So I'm like, they're gonna get in trouble if they find out my fucking special buddy left without me. So I just follow him. And I get on the bus, and I'm like, hey, Stefan, like, why'd you come out here? And he was like, and I turn around, and fucking 6 armed guards come running out of the goddamn door. And I'm like, Stefan, are they... And they, like, start, like, coming after, like, they start going heading in our direction. I'm like, Stefan, what the fuck did you do? Because I started piecing it together that the alarms was for him. And you know how, like, when people don't have friends, they'll just go to the people nearby and be like, hey, you guys dare me to fucking touch my dick? And, you know.
They're like, no, Stefan, please.
Yeah, no one cares. So he was like, there was like, they had like a wax statue of George Washington. And Stefan was like, hey, do you guys dare me to hit it? And everyone was like, I don't give a shit. Who are you? So he got over the fucking border. Like, there was like a rope in front of it. He like climbed over that and fucking whacked George Washington in the face, which obviously set off every goddamn alarm in that building, and just fucking sprinted out of there. And now I'm fucking with him in the back of this bus, about to get fucking indicted as an accessory for fucking vandalism. I'm just like, God damn it, Stefan, you just ruined my life. I'm gonna go to fucking federal prison, you fucker. So like, we start like cowering in the back of the bus, and like right before like the fucking guards show up to like come on the bus, our bus driver gets back on and like closes the door, and like one of the fucking guys comes over. He's like, "Hey, is there anyone on this bus?" He was like, "Nope, no, just me." So like, okay, and they left. But yeah, like we never got in trouble for it, and I was like, "Oh, God is alive, and God is with us," and like I never wanted to talk to Stefan again after that ever. Like it was just the fucking worst.
I think someone just rang my doorbell. All right, well I'm gonna go check the door.
All right, well that's the end of this episode, and I will resume next time.
Comment, subscribe, and
Yep, like, comment, subscribe.